Guys, welcome back to the Q&A. This time we're doing one for Hunter, and MC11Mix7 has the batch of questions that we're probably gonna answer first. Are you planning on using Safari mode or Arena mode with the new unlocks as a background for the Q&A? You see it in front of you. When I plan out Q&As, the only thing that ever has a plan is the questions. Whatever happens inside the background is whatever I'm feeling. Would you consider Hunter as your most unorthodox playthrough? Did you know that Hunter is a base game slug cat? What are your theories on who the green being is at the last cutscene? I guess I could say it was the most unorthodox. Yes, I did know that Hunter was a base game slug, because before I downloaded Downpour, I saw Hunter. What are my thoughts on the green being at the end? I don't really have too many like thoughts toward like who they were or anything. I was kind of like making a connection between whoever sent the neuron and the green being at the end, but somebody already kind of like told me who it is. I was thinking like, I don't know, maybe they might be like, I don't know, somebody that Moon knew. Other than that, nothing else really. What was the second hardest point you had to deal with as Hunter, not including the trek from Underhang to Shaded Citadel? Were you relieved when you finally got past memory crypts? Were you surprised on how fast you finished the game after spending so long trying to get through memory crypts? I was pretty surprised at how fast I blitzed the rest of the game after that. I don't think difficulty like necessarily had anything to do with it. I think it was just like being unlucky. For example, like I've beaten 20 mode on the original Five Nights at Freddy's. Like a lot of that is literally persistence and RNG. And like the memory crypts to Underhang section was like kind of the same way. Like if the enemy spawned in my way, there was nothing like I could really do because I was on a time crunch, you know. There's no other part that really stood out. I guess like when I was trying to go back down the wall, it seemed like, well, I don't know if like the game was doing this intentionally, but every single time I got to a certain part, like on the tubes, like going down the wall, 5 or 4 like science would just pop out of the tube over and over again. But I don't know, I think that might just be RNG, you know, so I wouldn't count that as difficult. I think that was just, you know, bad luck. Gosh dang. You consider the journey through the gauntlet, starting from Underhang, traveling down the leg, and getting past memory crypts the most difficult part of all your Rain World playthroughs? Would you consider crossing the gauntlet to be equivalent in the difficulty to Barca crossing the Alps? If I did learn who that was at some point in time, I don't exactly remember who they were, so I can't confidently answer that question without doing a little bit more research. But as for the other part, I guess you could say it was the most difficult part. I'm not sure. I can't really think of any part that like, because even now I can't like recollect like my thoughts about like how I was feeling at that exact point in time when I was stuck there. I just remember being like pretty sick, because if you guys don't know, I do get sick like quite often. Oh no, you know, I would say that babysitting the slug pups was harder than that. Yeah, it took longer too. Yeah, the Chunk Challenge series actually lasted for a lot longer than you guys actually might have thought it would. This was from Semas Turbo. They said, congratulations on beating Hunter. Thank you. And what do you think or know about the rot? How was it created? Its motives? I don't really know too much, believe it or not. Very persistent and how it performs, and typically because if it were not persistent, then it wouldn't exist inside of like, you know, the later timelines. You know, when it consumes stuff, it usually takes stuff in. I know that it has infected Pebbles, and somehow it got a hold of Hunter as well. That's about all that I genuinely know about it, except for like maybe Pebbles caused it somehow. Like if a game kind of takes away from like me being able to free play, I don't exactly like remember a lot of like what happened. So if there was anything like kind of story related that I missed out on inside the Hunter playthrough, I probably wouldn't have really like connected on it like in the first place, because I was kind of focused, or it kind of like took my my attention away from it, you know. True Wolves asks, what do you expect from the next two slugs, Spearmaster and I think Roulette you meant to say? And what about Monk? Being called the Spearmaster sounds like I would be very, very capable with spears, and I'm hoping that's the case. But if it's not, then I don't really know what to say. But that's about all I'm really expecting. I think you guys said Roulette is really good in the water, so I'm guessing like there's going to be a lot more water related obstacles and stuff inside of their playthrough. I don't know, we'll see. Then we have Monk, which I'm told that Monk is like very similar to Survivor. Does less damage, I think. This one's from Strafter the Sluggo. What did you think of the ending? What do you think of Hunter's general playstyle? What is your honest thoughts about slug pups? The ending was interesting. I don't really have too many thoughts on it. Like I said before, I was kind of like focused, so that kind of subtracted from any thoughts like story wise. It kind of ended like about like how I expected it to, you know. Slow cut scenes and Athens. I have what you guys say is like acid or something. What I think of Hunter's general playstyle, 2 spears and extra strength thing for Hunter was really cool of an idea. The time limit was kind of annoying for like exploring sake. If I'm not wrong, most of the areas were supposed to be the same anyway, so I guess the time limit thing was fine, like from a challenge perspective, I guess. For my honest thoughts about slug pups, I really don't like when they show up inside of my playthroughs, like, and that's being genuinely honest. I don't like bringing them with me because it feels like now I have to be responsible instead of like playing incredibly like dangerous or all over the place like I usually do. Yeah, I genuinely like, oh gosh, I genuinely think like they're, oh my gosh, pretty stupid, pretty dang stupid. That's what I think. I genuinely think like they're pretty cute, but like just a hassle to have to drag along everywhere. What do you think of the creature spawns in Hunter? The rot consumes. This is more of a suggestion than anything, but have you considered doing a throwaway Hunter run where you get the Wanderer passage and all of the Safari unlocks? Because it's pretty fun. If you want to leave Hunter and let him have a happy ending, then go ahead. How'd you predict I'd be watching this in the middle of the night? What do I think of the creature spawns in Hunter? To be honest, they kind of get like annoying at some point. Like this goes back to the question again. Like I don't even know if it was like spawning or if it was just like bad luck. But a lot of times when I went to somewhere, it felt like a ton of enemies would just pop out of a gate. Like when I was just trying to speed through. Talking about difficulty, I guess it was pretty difficult. But if you're like speeding through and you know where to go, then like it goes like about how you would expect it to go. The rot consumes, yeah, I guess so. Do I want to do a throwaway Hunter run? I'm not sure. The same way with like Artificer's campaign, there isn't like a completely cohesive like easy way for me to just be like, hey guys, this is gonna be a series where I'm just gonna be collecting stuff. And then there's also the idea of like, do I want to make it into a series? Like, is that something that you guys would enjoy watching? I know you guys like Rain World, but do you guys like me rambling for a long time? Stuff like that. But I don't know. It doesn't matter. A lot of those thoughts just come and go. But I don't know. It's whatever. I'll just think about it later. How did I predict you would be watching this at nighttime? This is actually a reference to the first series where I said, if you're watching this at nighttime, you know your eyes are probably destroyed. This one's from Mold. They asked, do you realize that you have fully completed Hunter with 7 cycles left while taking care of Jupiter and also being ill and demotivated? You get an award for the best Hunter playthrough I've seen so far. Thank you. Like I said, I get pretty stubborn, like especially like when it comes to a challenge or something like that, or when I know for a fact I can do something but things just aren't playing out like the way that I want them to. Which slug am I going to play next? Probably Spearmaster. That seems to be the one that everybody was kind of pushing me towards. This one's from Olame or Olame. Oh my gosh, are you ever planning to do Hunter with all passages? Also, have you tried typing Sofenthel in the menu of the game, Morse code, if you're playing on controller. I actually have my Discord wanted me to do it, and I have seen what it unlocks, but like I know nothing more. Am I planning on doing Hunter with all passages? I guess you mean like going through and getting all of the little marks. I don't know, it depends on how I'm feeling. This is from Eli Snyder. You said how you being stubborn is why you were able to beat Rainbow as Survivor, but you had some real trouble with this run. How close do you think you were to just restarting the whole run after leaving Pebbles? I don't think I was very close at all. The fact of the matter is, after I had gotten to Pebbles and got ready to leave, I was kind of committed on finishing it. After that, some more from MC11 Mix 7. Imagine how much more frightening and serious we would be about cancer research if the cancer in our world worked like how it did for Hunter. Yeah, it probably would be a lot more serious. If anything, there would probably be some type of apocalypse or something going on. Do you know why I chose? No, I don't, because I still don't know who that is. Do you plan on completing all challenges and expeditions? If you were a slugcat, which one would you date so far? Are you happy to know that you are no longer have to deal with slug pups in the next three campaigns? Originally I did plan on completing all challenges. I don't know about expeditions yet. If I was a slug cat, which one would I date? Yo, what are you talking about? I know you guys keep talking about like a dating somewhere or something like that, but I don't know like what you mean by that. There's not anything that makes me like specifically attracted to any of this. I guess so, yeah. I am kind of happy that I don't have to deal with slug pups anymore, because I think it's that desire to bring them with me that gets me more than often inside a lot of trouble than I would want to be in. Gosh dang, Goopskeeto. What are your predictions for Spearmaster and Roulette? Does the fact that Staint requires you to beat Spearmaster and Roulette make you ponder what the Saints campaign will be about? What can you imagine a 3D version of Rain World would be like? Like I said, I don't really like know what to expect. At least I think I know that we're supposed to be going back in time for each one of these that we play, like inside the order that I'm going in. I think so. It's interesting to say the least. I guess I expect to see more like structures that are more put together. I don't know, cohesive pathways between stuff. Yeah, I haven't really thought too much about what the Saints path is going to be like. If I'm being completely honest, I think a 3D version of Rain World would probably be an easier game, so long as the camera moves where the player goes, because there's no like surprising from off screen. There's no like catching something off guard, like because you didn't see it there, because you know there's X, Y, and Z to look at, not just Y and Z. And if you don't know what I mean by that, I mean like left, right, up, down, and then forward and backward, not just left, right, up, and down. Here's Witherboy ask, I know that you're planning on doing a Spearmaster playthrough next, but would you consider doing Roulette? I mean, you do whatever you want, but I just feel like Roulette is a much better choice to do before Spearmaster for me personally. Also, please keep up the good videos. I think majority vote wants to see Spearmaster next, so I guess we'll be doing Spearmaster next. But would I consider doing Roulette next? Oh yeah, most definitely, if you guys want to see that one instead. Apparently a few of you guys said that Roulette I would probably enjoy more as well than Spearmaster, but I don't know. And thank you for enjoying the videos. The Copy Pack asks, what do you know about the game lore at this point? What do you think of it? If you don't know much about it, then I might recommend you look into it. I think a little clarification on some of the background of the game helps make the game more fun to experience. So like about the lore and stuff, like I said, when a game like gets to a point where I have to like focus super hard on something, it kind of takes away from me understanding more of the story. That's why it's good to have you guys here, so when something does happen that is lore or story related, you guys can kind of clarify a bit more to me. Unfortunately, I find myself a lot more of the time, instead of being excited to see what happens next, I am usually relieved that I got through it. So like, for example, inside of memory crypts, I was spending a long time inside of memory crypts. At that point, I was no longer thinking of what is going to happen when I get to Moon. My thought process was, how relieved am I going to be after I finally get through this, you know? I mean, I'll watch it, but I can't guarantee that I'll remember all of that, like when I begin to play. Here's Leaf Clovers. What was the best part of playing Hunter? Do you think you could beat the game if you kept Jupiter? Are you paying child support for leaving Jupiter? And is Jupiter okay? What was the best part of playing Hunter? Probably being merciless towards everything instead of having to like think about like the relationships and stuff that I had with every single enemy. I think that was pretty fun. Do I think I could have beaten the game if I kept Jupiter? The way that I blitzed Shoreline makes me think that I probably could have. The only annoying part would be, I guess, not having a way to defend myself through Subterranean. But then I would have a free hand. I wouldn't have that neuron anymore. So I don't know, maybe. The thing that would get in the way is this enemy just spawned out of this gateway and now I can't. And now I don't know like which hand is the hand where I'm about to throw my child, because you know, inside of a split second moment you'll forget something like that. Am I paying child support for leaving Jupiter? No, because I'm inside of the afterlife. And is Jupiter okay? I hope Jupiter is okay. Has nothing to do with me anymore. It's Moon's problem now. What is the next slug cat you are playing? I forgot. Spearmaster. Do you feel like Hunter being able to carry 2 spears was useful? What do you think about the lore of Hunter? If Spearbirds was never in the game, do you think you would enjoy the playthrough? I feel like Hunter being able to carry 2 spears was incredibly useful, but I think the part that really kind of soiled it for me was having Jupiter along, because I didn't really get to use that ability too much. What do I think of the lore of Hunter? It's interesting. I don't know if you mean like the character or the story between Moon and Pebbles necessarily. I'm not sure what to think just yet. It's almost as if he knows like he's doing wrong, but he's not. I'm not sure what to think yet. But again, I don't really remember like too much of what's occurring between them, because there's other points that kind of like, you know, kind of take away from it. So like I got stuck, so I don't really remember what Pebbles said exactly once I showed him the neuron that I was handing Moon. But also I could just go back and look at it, you know. That's the good thing about all of this being on video. If Spearbirds was never in the game, do you think you would enjoy the playthrough? Do you think Spearbirds are killable just as monsters that are meant to be feared? I don't think I would feel any different if Spearbirds weren't inside the game. I think that it's probably about the same either way. But yeah, I think exactly what your question said kind of answers like how I kind of feel about Spearbirds. They're just another enemy that's meant to be feared that is 100% killable. I hope you kill a Spearbird one day, Jupiter. This one's from Sith Nord Darth Bathrobe. You think Jupiter intentionally went out of his way to find you again? Do you think he'll live a happy life with Moon? Yeah, I think he probably did. Yeah, definitely. That or either Moon had something to do with it. And do I think he'll live a happy life with Moon? I sure hope he does. It's not my problem. Have you ever considered doing any Metal Gear games? For some reason, Hunter always reminds me of Venom Snake. And do you have any theories on who was at the end of Hunter's ascension? Like I said before, I've already kind of been told or confirmed my belief on who the person at the end was. Their name was No Significant Harassment, which is a weird name, but you know, most narrators have weird names also, I'm told. If you guys want to see a Metal Gear playthrough, I mean, I could try to put one together. Initially, a lot of this channel was kind of like me like having a place to kind of show off some of the stuff that me and my friends did in games, because a lot of times we look back and laugh over the years at stuff that we've done, but now it's kind of become like, oh, I kind of had an audience now that like likes to see stuff. So I'm trying to like cater more of the videos towards you guys, but I need to find a balance between catering towards you guys and also having my interests be involved some way as well. But that's the aspect that's kind of harder to do. What somebody enjoys is what they enjoy, and that's the end. I can't like manipulate or change that. You know, it's kind of up to you what you like. This one's from Burb. There has been a bit alluded to something between Lissa, Moon, and Five Pebbles. From what you've seen so far, what do you think happened between them? Don't stress if you cannot figure it out, because Roulette and Spearmaster are the two campaigns where you really learn the most about what happened. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened. The only thing that I know is that somehow Pebbles is doing some type of experiment where he thought that, you know, this is about to be something that my creators or whatever like don't really enjoy, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And you know, my co-worker might not enjoy this because it's honestly about to put their life on the line, but you know, I don't care. Like, that's kind of what it seems like is going on to me. But other than that, I don't really know exactly what else you guys like kind of mean by what else is going on. Once again, I'm kind of sorry if like the putting together of the story aspect of everything was the part that you guys like were really anticipating. And here's one more from Ash Dies Alone. Do you wish to keep a memory of Jupiter, or will you erase all of them? Do you think he will find you yet again in another life? I sure hope he does not. Well, you know what? We're just going to assume that Jupiter just lives with Moon now. Whatever he's doing now is Moon related. There is no other Jupiter from here on out. Like, he's not coming back in another playthrough. Like, that's just the end of Jupiter. Like, his story ends there. And if I decide to bring Jupiter back, he will come back. But until then, no. Jupiter Jupiter lives with Moon now, and he's growing up and he's living his life with Moon. And if you're sad about that, then, you know, be sad about it. Go rewatch the other videos. Am I going to erase all the existence of Jupiter? I mean, I could just be like, freak it and delete every single video. You would never see any of it ever again. I'm sorry, I got off topic there. No, I'm not planning on deleting any other like memories and stuff of Jupiter. No. Do I think he will find me in another life? No, because apparently slug pups don't show up inside the other playthroughs. You know, we'll see. That is the last question, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys inside the next episode or next video or whatever that you watch from me. Peace out, guys. Welcome to the ramen stand. Can I take your order? Hey, man. Hey, it's great to be and have such a friend need something. Gosh dang it.